Good morning. We are starting out with sunshine on this first day of school. Very pleasant start for the kiddos this morning. It is 68 degrees with some light southerly winds and dew points just a little bit sticky in the lower 60s. It's 72 degrees in Branson, 66 degrees in Fort Leonard Wood, and a pair of sixes also in Mountain Grove. Dew points are in the low to middle 60s, so it's not totally oppressive. Not totally refreshing, just a little bit sticky out there on the muggy meter this morning. Roads will be dry all day, so even by dismissal, you'll have sunshine. No road hazards for you on this first day of school. If you are starting virtually today, you're looking at sunshine, just getting a little bit hot by this afternoon with those highs in the low to middle 90s. If you're headed out to the bus stop this morning, 68 degrees with sunshine, 93 by dismissal, mostly sunny and hot. So highs in the low to middle 90s today, overnight lows in the upper 60s again. Another hot and sunny day tomorrow with those temperatures back in the low to middle 90s. We keep sunshine through Wednesday, but showers start to creep in from the south on Wednesday as some tropical remnants start to work their way north. We have two tropical storms. This is Laura near Cuba, and this is Marco just off the coast of the Florida Peninsula there. Both of these will head into the Gulf of Mexico, with Laura tracking north, making landfall somewhere between Texas and Louisiana. Remnants headed north through Arkansas and then bending to the south and east portions of the Ozarks. So we'll have to track for some of those tropical downpours by late Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. Joe, Jen.
All right, Elisa, thank you. Well, it's officially the first day of school for Springfield students. Caller 10's Bailey Stroll is live at one of the district's campuses this morning with more on what students and parents can expect for the first day. Bailey, good morning.
Good morning, Jennifer. We're out here at Delaware Elementary School in Springfield, and as you said, thousands of students showing up for their first day of school today. But if you remember, families were given two learning options this semester, at least for the first quarter. One is half-seated, half-virtual classes, that hybrid model, and then the other half all virtual learning. So we will see at least half of the students coming to school today at Delaware Elementary. Students should not be dropped off more than 15 minutes before school starts unless they're enrolled in a before-school program. SPS will make meals available to students to take home on Tuesday so they can eat those on the rest of their virtual days. And again, the other half of students will be coming for their first day of seated classes on Thursday and Friday. Now, these meals must be pre-ordered and paid for based on the students' reduced and free lunch meal prices. And then bus transportation, it's a little different this year too. To be eligible, students can ride the bus because of social distancing. Otherwise, parents are encouraged to drop off and pick up their students. Now, of course, masks will be required for all students and employees. That's regardless of age or grade level. Reporting in Springfield, Bailey Stroll, Ozarks First.
Thank you, Bailey. Now, since the pandemic sent kids home last spring, many families have been working towards some sense of normal, which included returning to school today. And we talked to a few families about how they were preparing for back to school.
I'm trying to prep them. School is providing their stuff that they need for school. They're already really good with wearing their masks.
We talked a lot about how things were going to be really different, that their class is going to be a little smaller, and then they're going to go to school 2 days a week, and that we're going to have like girls' school at home.
Just letting them know that, things are going to be weird, things are going to be different. You're going to have to take extra precautions and not, hang all over your friends like you would like to.
All three families you saw there all chose the hybrid option. We'll have more from families on how the first day went tonight on Color 10 News at 10. And regardless of how your child will learn this semester, be sure to share your back to school photos with us on ozarksfirst.com. You can find the link under the news tab. At the bottom, there is a gallery and a place to submit your kiddo's best picture so we can feature it on Color 10 Daybreak.
And some more news for you around the region. Crews are searching still for an 11-year-old girl in the Kansas River. The KCK Fire Department says she was pulled in after she went in the water to get a ball. Yesterday, about 50 people held a vigil for Rebecca Song. They were from her church community as they sat along the water to pray for her.
And the body of a 6-year-old girl who drowned at Longview Lake Saturday has been recovered. Several law enforcement agencies searched for the girl after they say she fell off a raft and did not resurface. Her name has not been released at this time.
And we've got some more news happening for you as we put crime into focus today. A jury trial for a Camden County woman accused of multiple felonies will start. Norma Rogers is facing charges of first-degree arson, first-degree assault, and endangering the welfare of a child. Authorities say that in April 2019, Rogers set a person's vehicle on fire and attempted to do the same to the victim's home. Rogers also allegedly sprayed the victim with lighter fluid and attempted setting them on fire. No one was injured from these ordeals.
Making news around the world, New Zealand's Auckland lockdown has been extended an extra 4 days. The 2-week lockdown of the country's largest city was due to end Wednesday, but will continue through Sunday now. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said authorities need to be sure they have found the perimeter of the outbreak and they're not seeing too many cases creep up that haven't been found through contact tracing.
Sentencing hearings begin today, or have already started, for the man who killed 51 people at 2 mosques in New Zealand last year. Brenton Tarrant has pleaded guilty to 51 murder charges, 40 charges of attempted murder, and 1 charge of committing a terrorist act in relation to the massacre in the city of Christchurch, which he live-streamed on Facebook. He faces a life prison term when a high court judge sentences him later this week.
An explosion on the Arab gas pipeline has caused a power blackout in Syria, and initial indications point to an attack. State television showed footage of a large fire following the explosion. The Arab gas pipeline system extends from Egypt into Jordan and Syria.
To some more local news now. Auditor Nicole Galloway will be in Springfield today to discuss her coronavirus action plan. Rebuild and Recover, an action plan to address COVID-19 in Missouri, will lay out steps she believes will protect public health during the pandemic and talk how local governments and communities can rebuild. This event is not open to the public.
Healthcare providers from across Webster County will be offering free drive-through COVID-19 testing today. You don't have to be a resident of Webster County or be showing any symptoms to qualify for testing. Just bring your health insurance information with you. The testing will be done at the Webster County Fairgrounds in Marshfield from 9 to 11 a.m. today. And you don't need to make an appointment for COVID-19 testing, but if you want an antibody test, those can be scheduled in advance by calling Jordan Valley's Marshfield Clinic at 417-859-2400.
Also, a traffic alert for you, several that you'll need to know about. Drivers can expect delays beginning today on US 60 and 65 as MoDOT crews are going to work on sealing multiple bridges. Now, exact dates have not been given for each bridge, but this project is going to last until at least October. Bridges include the eastbound 60 to northbound 65 flyover ramp, the east and west US 60 bridges over the railroad tracks west of 65, northbound 65 over Route 60, and then north 65 to west 60 ramp over the railroad tracks west of 65. There's even more for you. North and southbound 65 bridges over Sunshine Street, eastbound 60 to north and southbound 65 interchange ramps, and Missouri Route 375 over Fall Creek and Taney County. Delays are going to be expected. You got to find alternate routes when these closures happen and when you see them.
Now here's a look at what's coming up after daybreak.
Coming up, the latest on historic California wildfires and 2 major storms approaching the Gulf Coast. Plus, we talk with President Trump's Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, ahead of the Republican National Convention. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
2 big trends that we're hearing about and talking about this morning. One up in Wisconsin, in Kenosha, a shooting that happened with officers involved there. Jacob Blake was walking away from officers when you heard gunshots ring out. There's some graphic video on social media going around about this. He's in serious condition right now. Officers were responding to a domestic disturbance call there. Also, the RNC starts today, the Republican National Convention. It'll be in Charlotte in Washington, D.C. President Trump will give his speech accepting the formal nomination on Thursday. And school. Big trend, right?
Yeah, first day of school for the kiddos. Lots of sunshine for your first day, whether you're starting virtually or in person. 94 degrees for that high today. We're pretty hot and dry through Wednesday. Then we're tracking remnants of Laura Thursday and Friday.
All right, some rain on the way for us. Thanks, Elisa, and thanks for joining us here on Daybreak. We'll see you for more local news at midday.